Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Retro Pop Planet. Almost 20 years ago, my family and I took a trip around Christmas time to Munich, Germany and England. And this was like late December and let's just say I didn't quite pack properly enough for how cold it actually was in Germany. There really wasn't much snow, but daily temperatures were very, very cold. I didn't pack a proper jacket and I definitely didn't pack proper shoes. This was apparent one day where we took a tour in the Black Forest to Neuschwanstein Castle, and let's just say my feet got very wet and very cold. And then one evening as we're walking through the city, we passed this shoe store, which was like a Candyland for men's attire. I mean, I think there were 3 floors just of men's shoes. And if you ever travel anywhere in America, you know that never happens. The men kind of get short shrift when it comes to shoe stores, probably because they figure that men don't do a whole lot of actual clothing shopping. But I needed boots. I needed something that was gonna keep me warm. I came across these Belmondos. I've done some research on the internet. I can't really figure out who makes them. In some cases I've seen Czech Republic, in some cases I've seen their Swiss company, some I saw that they were an Austrian retailer, other instances I see that they're actually made in Germany. Who the heck knows? The boots were awesome. I loved them a lot. However, they didn't actually turn out to be super practical on that trip either. They were warm, but they didn't have any sort of interior lining, and they actually had a wooden sole with a little rubber cap on them. When they would get damp or they would get wet or we would walk through like snow and ice, over time the sole got really engorged with that water, and then my sock got wet, and then my feet got cold. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you know I have a bit of a thing for boots. I've done 2 Red Wing videos on this channel, and when I got back to the United States, these boots quickly became my motorcycle boots. I used to ride a 2004 Royal Enfield Bullet ES. Those early videos I posted on my channel are still far and away the most responded on and the most views of anything I've ever done on this channel. But I sold that motorcycle last year after several years of trying to get it to run, working on it, wrenching on it. And then I had an accident last year where I couldn't ride, and I had a situation where I needed to sell it. I found a guy who came and picked it up, and it's no longer in my life. So I've had these boots then for several years, and they are trashed. The wood has completely rotted down on the bottom. The rubber itself is really dry rotted. And that came just from years of riding the motorcycle on hot tarmacs, cold tarmacs, sitting for long times at lights, propped up on my pegs, shifting. I mean, these boots have been through it all. They were scuffed and scratched, and I put them on a shelf, and they've just been sitting there for years collecting dust, and you can see they are just in terrible shape. So I knew I wanted to do something with these boots, and I identified that I wanted to get some Vibram soles. Shoe stores aren't very common where I live, or at least like your traditional cobblers. I have taken some things to like a Hacky in the mall just for shining and getting a resold shoe, but it was never really up to actual like professional standards. And I was doing some research recently, and I was looking for companies in my area that actually do Vibram soles, and I found someone. Surprisingly enough, they're in the mall. So if you're familiar with the Northern Virginia area, I took them out to Tyson's Corner Center, which is a giant fancy mall here in Northern Virginia. And I took them to a place called the Shoe Shop, and apparently they do customized boots and shoes with Vibram soles. I went, I talked to the guy, and I told him that I had looked online that there was a specific type of shoe that was designed for motorcycle wear. He explained to me that there were 2 different levels. There was 2 different thicknesses rather. There was a shorter thickness and then a much deeper one. Now, I still had the original wooden heel, think like a lady's heel. It was a block on the bottom of my shoe, and he said we could take off the old original, but keep the wood and put that liner on. And I said, if we're gonna be doing that whole thing, I'd rather take the entire bottom off the shoe and raise it up. Give me the thick Vibram sole, because I think that was gonna be a better side profile. He actually had the product in stock, which was completely amazing. And he showed me what he had, and I did have to pay in advance, and it was about $100, which I thought was pretty reasonable considering I think I paid $150 for these boots back in like 2006, and we were giving them not just an upgrade, but some new life. The other thing that I found really surprising is, with as busy as they were, is how much trade they were doing. Even for a Tuesday night that I was in there, they actually had that sole in stock, and they could flip it to me in about a week. So I paid the man the money and I was on my way. A week later, I went back and picked up my shoes, and it wasn't until I got home that I actually really looked at them, and yeah, they're awesome. So I thought I would show them off here today. I am super happy with the results. I think these things are awesome. I'm hoping they're gonna last me another almost 20 years. Hopefully this video helped you. I thought it would be kind of cool to show these off on the channel, since we like to do everything retro, and these boots at this point are retro. They even cleaned them up for me, which I thought was awesome. They got all the dust out of here. They got all of the dirt and they look really cool. I'm really gonna be happy to wear these things going forward. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you like it, please give it a like. Let me know if you have a favorite pair of shoes that you've just been thinking about upgrading. Hopefully this helps you if you haven't done it yet. And you can find experts out there that still work a trade, that can still do this type of work. Please hit that subscribe button for more retro content like this, and I will see you guys on the next video. See ya.